We got some big games this weekend. A rematch of the big contest last year in the AFC playoffs. The Bills are going back to Kansas City. Can they prevail this time? And tonight, the NFC least may be the NFC's best. We don't know. We'll have to find out. Tonight, one loss between them. Can Cooper Rush keep his undefeated streak going against the Philadelphia Eagles? We will find out as Noc and I discuss on NFL Pregame Party. All right, Noc, how you doing this fine football Sunday, buddy?
Oh, it's been great so far.
Has it now?
Yeah.
You must have gone to Outback for breakfast or something, man.
Oh,
What's
I would
up with
never
that?
go for. I would never go for breakfast. Definitely go for lunch or dinner.
Right.
No.
So, what's happening, man?
Yeah. It was. It's been a really good week for me, and I recently passed my exam. Good old Eric over there. He was a big supporter of
We
me
got.
while I was doing
Let's
it.
go ahead and check these guys out. We got Doss Wolfen talking about Chiefs Kingdom. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric, Tennessee did it. Noc was right.
We're gonna discuss that for sure in the segment, and there was
several
so many
other
good
things.
Games. So
good morning to
games.
all of you watching
Good
across
morning,
Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So we're going to start as we usually do with Noc's scouting report from Saturday. Let me go ahead and throw his graphic up here, and he can get started.
So this was a fantastic week for college. I knew it was. Called the last.
Oh
week.
yeah, everybody wanted to know. What the game I was most interested in. Go ahead, buddy.
So, but no. The week started out with 15 undefeateds, and the week before, only one team lost. It was actually 16 before 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So only one team lost last weekend, and then this week we had 6 teams that were undefeated get beat.
Wow.
6 teams. Yep. All right. So I think I mentioned this last week. If you didn't want to watch the Bears and Commanders play,
right? You said there was a good one on college.
Baylor and West Virginia, and I was completely right on that one. 43.
Wow. Check it out.
40. Or they're just gonna.
My brother says, "Go Tigers." Oh man.
Yep. Helmet right on it.
You mean the Redskins? Doss Wolfen says to Eric there.
And then this was happening all game. Look at that catch.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
their quarterback? Don't know.
I don't know. Sure. And then that led to this right before the end of the game. A little knuckleball, 22-yarder. West Virginia wins.
Yes.
Great game there.
That
was the Thursday night game that I thought would be really, really good, and it turned out to be really,
really good. That's what I'm
talking about. So now let's get to these top 10 games.
Danny says the Mountaineers are tough at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, they're good. Those are 2 solid. They were both ranked at one point in the season. Really? They just had some really tough losses, and so they're really good teams. And I definitely saw that one being good. Now they're both 3-3, but definitely tough games that any of these top 25 wouldn't want to play any week, any given week.
Absolutely.
Kind of deal. So the first game, Georgia, Yeah, 55-0 over Vanderbilt.
Of course.
Nothing really to mention there.
Poor Vanderbilt.
Yeah. I got to start off with the game of the week, which Alabama and Tennessee, this was an amazing game. 49-49 with 21 seconds to go. So what do you got the ball on the, what is that, the 32, 33-yard line? You got to kick throwing it in the river.
Of course.
It was
my buddy Tommy says Tennessee is for real.
Tennessee is absolutely for real.
Yeah.
That was a crazy game. But I got to tell you, Bryce Young, that dude, he's going to go top 5 pick. He made some Patrick Mahomes plays. Like
Bryce Young from Alabama?
Yeah. I want to hate him, but he makes plays. Okay. He does.
All right.
That was 49-49 for a reason. So,
Danny says the knuckleball heard round the world. Yeah,
it really was. That was, but no, Bryce Young.
Das Wolfen says, "Wow, that was ugly."
It really was. But it did. That guy, I hate to be vulgar, but he needed no help getting some that night. Like he's forever enshrined in history.
No doubt.
That kicker, McGarth,
that
I think
kicker.
His name was.
Yeah, he's not paying for a meal. No.
Yeah. So next up was a game that was kind of pretty good. I was a little surprised about it, but Clemson and FSU. It's just it was a pretty good game.
He's rushing for the Tigers last night. He's not going to let up. He's not going to wait for you to get to it.
I don't think I actually have LSU on my list. They're two unranked teams. I didn't watch that game either. It looked really good, but that's just one game I didn't watch because until LSU is relevant again, they don't matter to me.
Das Wolfen says, sadly, my Mizzou hasn't been good in a few years. So there you
go. You mentioned earlier Tommy tipping. Was that kick tipped? I don't think it was. I think it was just a bad knuckleball. Talking about the Tennessee kick.
Right.
I don't think it was.
No, it didn't look like it to me.
It was just an ugly one.
It was an ugly kick, no doubt.
Was that a lineman? That was a tight end. That's what tight ends are these days, Eric.
Yeah, they're basically. Some of them are basically linemen. Did you see the size of that guy's legs? Good Lord, he's got like Dalton Hilliard type thighs, man.
Another game of the week, Michigan at Penn State. This was another really good game, but Michigan just their run game is absolutely legit, and this is where they really started. Penn State was actually ahead. They had gotten the ball after the half and then got a field goal, and then this is where Michigan never looked back. Just insane.
Well, since we don't like seeing Penn State get beat up, I'm going to put on here that Danny says LSU is 5-2, big in the swamp.
They're going to get ranked again. I'm sure they have a huge game coming up next week.
My
here it is again.
My nephew went to Penn State. I'm sure he was disgusted by this display.
Yeah. So Michigan's run game in the second half just took off, and they took control.
That's enough about that. We don't talk bad about the Nittany Lions around here, okay, bro?
This one was a surprise. I woke up to this one. Utah and USC. USC got beat.
Good. USC needs to get beat. They gutted my team.
They went down the field and went right in. And
then he says Penn State falls again in the big game. Time to move on from Coach Franklin, he says. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
This is the gutsiest call of the week right here.
He's going to go for the win? Is he going to go for the win?
We're not going for overtime here. No. We're going for the win. We are going for the win.
Boise State
Utah's had a tough season. They got 2 losses against quality.
Here we go.
And then I'm just going to take it in myself.
The Utes.
Boom, the Utes. Touchdown. And USC had some penalties on their last drive. They almost had a chance, but couldn't do it.
Well, good to go for the Utes.
So that was another undefeated going down.
That's fantastic. Love that.
So and then this is another great game.
Yeah,
TCU,
Danny mentioned
Oklahoma
that one.
State.
He said, where is it here? He set it up here. I just didn't want to say anything before you got to it. Here it is. How about the comeback by the TCU Horned Frogs yesterday? Yeah.
Well, Danny, I ran out of time. I ran out of time for looking up these games, and I didn't get to the LSU game. Like I said, I tried to. I only have like 15 minutes to go here. All right, so I have to go where I can.
He says we're suspect, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Look. Next week, they're going to be in the highlights because I believe who are they playing next week?
You got to put my brother's team in there, man. And you don't have to put my team in there anymore, okay?
Oh,
I don't care what's
team
going
is
on
here.
with
Your team is on this list.
Oh, good Lord.
But it's a good one. So
okay.
Let's see who
Danny says it's all good, bro. It's all good.
Oh, Ole Miss. They are definitely going to be highlights next week. They're playing Ole Miss, and then I believe after that they play another top 10 team.
Yeah, but Ole Miss is going into Death Valley, and that's not good for them.
Oh, and then Alabama. So the next 2 weeks there will definitely be.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we're in the thick of the Ole Miss and Death Valley. Danny says, Ole Miss and Death Valley.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
next
TCU at Oklahoma State at TCU was a fantastic game. You can go back and watch the highlights. I just did this is second overtime. They made it to second overtime. Both teams scored a touchdown in the first overtime. And then TCU forced a field goal to go up by 3 feet. It got beat.
Nice.
It's just a crazy game. And then here's the next one I wanted to show. Syracuse is they're looking pretty good. But unfortunately, next week they have Clemson, so I'm not sure if they'll stay defeated. But this was against NC State, and then this was pretty big. This was a game of field goals versus touchdowns kind of deal. So it's just Syracuse just was getting the score, they were getting the big plays, and NC State just wasn't. Boom, just like that. That was 2 minutes to go, and that pretty much was the game there. And then Missouri over Auburn. Auburn made it interesting, but Missouri kind of ran away with it on the Doswolf. And have a good one, buddy.
Take care, bud. It's good to see you, Dos.
Yeah, so Missouri and Auburn, it was pretty good, but Missouri kind of went away with it. Kentucky finally won a game after losing 2 straight, I believe it was, over Mississippi State. So that was a pretty good game there. And here you go, a little bit of redemption. Your Oklahoma guys.
Oh, yeah. Now the season pressure's off, baby. Pressure's off.
Right. Now, this is my last highlight, and I wanted it because this is probably my catch of the week that I saw. And that was
kick-ass, man.
Texas.
My brother says the Cuse is undefeated.
They are, but they have Clemson next week. So that'll be their statement game right there. That'll be their.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I'm pulling for it. I'm always pulling for a top 3.
So do you agree in the marquee matchup this week is Tennessee for real? Are they for
absolutely.
Real? Yeah,
absolutely they are. It's going to be interesting. Let's take a look at their schedule coming up. But that was definitely their biggest one. They got Georgia in a couple weeks, but in between they got UT Martin. They'll destroy them, and then Kentucky could be a trap game, but I think they'll beat them very handily. But Georgia, can you imagine Georgia? Tennessee at that point will be either 3 or 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's going to be a big game. That's going to be huge.
I'm really hoping that
huge
make it there, and that's going to be
spelled with a Y. Huge.
Yep. So
to be fair, Oklahoma University got gutted in the offseason by their ex-coach. Yeah, and that's why it's so nice to see USC get beat. Fuck them dudes. Excuse my French, boys and girls. I just I don't like Lincoln, whatever his name is, punk. Lincoln Riley. Yeah.
But no, so Coastal Carolina, they were undefeated. They got beat. And then James Madison was undefeated and they got beat. Those are pretty much the last 2.
So how many undefeateds we got left?
So now we have 9 undefeateds left. 9 left. And they're pretty much all in the top 15, I believe. I think there's one that might not be, but I'll check that out.
Well, all right.
Look at just real quick, just a quick look at next week. Clemson and Syracuse. We'll see if Syracuse is legit. And then I think there was one more: Texas at Oklahoma State, and then UCLA at Oregon for sure. Should be a good one. And of course, Ole Miss at LSU. So there's not as huge as this last week, but definitely some good games coming.
There's some good matchups there. Yeah, definitely. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for the scouting report. Now, I know you love that college ball. I'm not as fond of it as you guys. I just don't like the multiple overtime thing. just call me old school. I like the sudden death thing.
Yeah, it doesn't always have, but well, they also shortened it too, because after the second overtime, it goes into just not really shortened it, but it made it different. It goes into sudden death mode kind of deal.
Right.
Best out of 3 or whatever the case is.
Okay. All right, boys and girls. Well, that is the scouting report for this week. Thank you for that, my friend. I appreciate it. So let's move on. First thing we got to look at is, let me pull it up here. I should have had this pulled up already, but I forgot all about the Thursday night game. My brother's going to be hollering at me dead air here in a minute. Let's see. Oh, stop.
Later. You do Monday night or Thursday night first?
Thursday night first, of course.
Last Monday, I mean.
Yeah, last Monday. And of course, it takes me to NFL Shop. I hate this crap. All right, look, you. Scores. Here we go. All right.
Now, you don't want to discuss the Las Vegas and Kansas City game?
Week 5. We're going back to last week.
Okay.
We got it. I just got to fix everything here. Bear with me. I got to get everything.
It's not my fault, Daniel. Here. NFL is his time. Yep. I was
He's
ready.
Over here hollering, dead air, dead air. Leave me alone, you sorry bastard. Let's see, where is it? It's right here. Okay, so we're talking about the Chiefs and the Raiders. Let me get it up here. Share screen. Don't need any sound on this one. I don't do highlights. Yeah, so the final score was 29-30. Kansas City outlasted them at home. I didn't see this game because it's on. It was on ESPN. So and I don't have the Communist News Network. So, but about the only thing I saw about this game was Devontae Adams shoving that cameraman.
Oh yeah,
he ended up getting charged with assault there.
So ridiculous. Yep. Now there was a couple things to come out of this game. There was the awful. Just the refs have just completely destroyed this game right now. And there was another showcase of it with the Raiders, or excuse me, Chris Jones tackling Derek Carr, getting the ball.
I did see that. He took the ball away from him
because all his weight fell on him. It's like, dude, he's in the process of stealing the ball from him. It's a
what do you got to do?
Play. Like, what do you got to do? And it's so unfortunate. For that, and then there was
echoes of Dennis Rodman.
There was
I'm not sure what that one's about.
Yeah, I don't get that one either. Yeah. Sorry, bud.
That one went over my head right there. I don't know what it is.
We're gonna get there, Eric.
Don't talk about this Thursday. We're gonna get to that one, buddy.
About your team won, Eric.
Right? You shouldn't be upset by that at all.
He picked him. He was the only one that I know.
He feels guilty for that win. That's what it is. He feels guilty. But go ahead and finish up on this.
No, it was there was a holding call on a field goal by the blocker team. Like, what the hell? Like, what kind of officiating? And they went back to it, and they said
that's right. You texted me during the game about that one. I was like,
the last time that happened, it was in 2015, and it was by the same ref. It's unbelievable. Like these refs are just on a power trip or something. I don't know, but they need to calm them down. And then that was even the worst one with the whole Brady and Pello soft tackle that he got.
Yeah,
and that was called. It's like, what are you doing, dude? You're affecting the game. I think at the very least they really do need to. And this was done in the USFL. A lot of leagues are starting to do this where they do the replay. I'm not trying to slow the game down, but when it's something like this where it affects the game, and it's the refs shouldn't do that.
If nothing else, they can have New York look at it.
Right.
Get some extra eyes that see all the angles.
They have access to all the broadcast.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah,
it makes no sense that these kind of things cannot be overturned when they affect it that much.
I say New York, they're in LA now.
Right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I got what you meant. But no, it's absolutely asinine how much these refs are affecting the game right now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay.
Roughing the passenger.
So, what did you say? That was roughing the passenger for sure.
Is that what I said? Roughing the passenger? I might have said that.
No, I think he's just messing with you. Okay, so
now we got to move on to the Thursday.
now we got to
night
move
game.
on to that game that Eric doesn't want to hear us talk about.
I
Yeah,
watched a little bit. I gave up at halftime. It was 3-0.
I hate the way NFL does this. They put the ones that are done on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here we go with the Washington Commanders stealing the win in Chicago. And when I say stealing, I mean freaking stealing. Dude, there was one drive I saw where they went down for a field goal and they got all the way down the field on pass interference penalties, man. I was like, what in the hell? What is going on out here? This is professional football I'm watching.
Yeah, this is, it's unfortunate. It's such a good.
You can completely bypass that game. I'm with you.
We just have to talk. We're going to talk more about the effects of the game rather than
the
actual game itself.
Right.
Poor Al Michaels for 2 straight weeks. It's just.
They were talking about it. Yeah.
It's so unfortunate.
Him and Curb Street were going. Trust us. Next week we'll be better. Trust us. Next week we'll be better. They say that,
but next week is Cardinals and Saints, and
Cardinals Saints will be better.
It'll be better.
It'll be better.
Not by much. I don't know. I don't trust either of those offenses right now.
Yeah. Well.
Although I think maybe DeAndre Hopkins might be back.
Oh, I
think he had 6 games. And
their quarterback's a mental pigmy anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you don't need much to get it to.
That's true. All you have to do is flip it out to him.
He's 3 guys. 3 guys around him. He's a Calvin Johnson kind of guy. Just flick it up there. Give him a chance, and he'll get it.
I'll tell you what, though, if Taysom Hill keeps showing out like he did last week, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that during the predictions. But anyway, to wrap up this game, it sucked. You didn't miss anything by missing it. And I can't believe Washington actually stole one here. I really can't. So let's see. Danny says, going to get breakfast. Good show, boys. All right, man. Thanks, my brother. I love you. Talk to you later. Okay, let's get into this week because that truly sucked. It really did. I've got a better graphic for this. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. Yeah. Okay, so first one we're going to talk about is the New York Jets suck on a 2-game winning streak. Am I correct about that?
I mean, look, and there was
going into Green Bay.
There's
got beat last week.
So I ate this restaurant the other day for lunch, Glory Days, and was watching whatever news. It might have been ESPN or whatever, Good Morning America or whatever the case, whatever was going on at noon, and half the team there predicted the Jets.
Yeah,
they actually think the Jets are going to pull it off, and not me. I don't at all.
I don't either. I picked Green Bay. Green Bay's at home. You got to take them at home. You do.
The Jets, they're winning games. Whatever. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be a little distracted here at the moment. I've been asked to order pizza. So.
Order pizza?
Yeah, for lunch.
Well, look, Wilson, Zach Wilson, that is. He's still young and he doesn't have much experience. Now they've stolen a couple, but I just don't see Aaron Rodgers losing 2 weeks in a row. He's finding Cobb again. He's finding that every year he's got a guy he trusts more than anybody else. And this year it seems to be Cobb. He's back to connecting with him. The young wide receivers he doesn't quite trust yet. I just feel like. And plus, we're talking about elements this week, I think. What's Green Bay's weather supposed to be like today? Do you remember? Did you see anything about that? My dad was talking about it was going to be cold on the East Coast.
I don't pay attention to weather.
But I'm taking Green Bay in this one myself.
Yep.
I mean, the Jets could do it, but I just don't see it. Okay, this one, I don't even know why we're even talking about this game. Pretty sure San Francisco's going to go into Atlanta and smash the hell out of that team.
They should.
They should. It could be a trap game, but I'm taking San Francisco in this one.
Yeah,
they're just clicking. They're clicking. They're back to their Super Bowl.
They're still my Super Bowl favorites right now, so at least to get there, for sure. The Falcons have been kind of, gritty.
Mariota, I can't.
But
I can't buy in. I can't do it.
Nah, not to go very far. Not quite yet. So no. I'm definitely going 49ers on this.
I can see Atlanta stealing some division games down the stretch, maybe, but nah. After the way they looked against Tampa, no, forget that, man. Okay. Then we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. We got a division game here. Jacksonville against the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, this was kind of a tough one.
It is. It's
just, ugh.
Well, Indianapolis has proven they can actually do something when called upon. I mean, I don't know if it's consistent yet, but Jacksonville, they're showing improvement, but they're still laying an egg here and there.
Yeah, it just doesn't. They make no sense. Sometimes they look really good, and then sometimes they just.
And then against a team they should beat, they stink up the joint. Who was it they lost to last week? Because I picked them last week.
I picked them
Houston.
Too.
Houston beat them.
Yeah, it's just.
And that's a team that's they hadn't won a game till they played them.
Right. So, yeah. They I think they were 0-3-1.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'm picking the home team in this one because both of them are helter skelter, and I'll always go with the home team in one of those type of matchups. So, what do you think?
No, I'm going with Jags. Actually, I'm still gonna kind of I just. I don't
That's
know.
not a bad pick. I mean, their offense.
I don't trust the Colts.
You shouldn't. I'm not saying trust them. I'm just saying both of them are helter skelter, and I will always lean towards the home team in a matchup like that. So, for no other reason, and you can't tell me this isn't true, they're going to get the calls down the stretch. They always do this in front of home crowds. They always do, and you can't blame them. You got to keep people coming to the stadium. That's how they make their money. You know what I mean? So, if it's an iffy call, it's probably going to go the home team's way. So, anyway, okay. Next, oh man, another one of those NFC least teams that all of a sudden look like world beaters. The Baltimore Ravens are going into the New York Giants on a winning streak. They just beat the Pack last week. What?
Yeah,
in Baltimore. Baltimore's going to do what they do, but I think this game we're going to find out what the Giants' defense is made of. We know what the game plan has got to be for the Giants on offense. Have just hand Saquon the ball and eat the clock up. Have those 8-9 minute drives, man, and keep Lamar off the field because Lamar's going to do what he does. So
yeah, I just it's so hard to trust the Giants. I mean, they did have a good game last week, but everything is predicated on Barkley being healthy.
Yep.
As soon as he goes
down,
he
gets knocked out of the game,
that's
they're screwed. Yeah,
that's it. All right, I'm sorry, I'm done with that. So
you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, so as soon as he goes
those
down,
were garbage games we were talking about anyway. This is the first interesting one we're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm still going to go Ravens on this one. Ravens have been kind of up and downish this season, but I still, trust Harbaugh more than I trust whoever is in charge of the Giants
and
now.
I took the Giants in this one. I think their defense is going to show up today.
If their defense does and Barkley does what Barkley does, Giants absolutely have a chance.
That's what we're going to find out today.
That's
how good their defense is. Because
as soon as Barkley goes down, I think that'll
they're
no matter
toast.
how good their defense does.
But if he stays upright during this game, you never know.
Yeah.
We're split on that one. Okay. Let's see. Next, the Cincinnati Bengals heading into the Thunderdome. What's up? Taysom Hill last week, man. If you had him in fantasy, you got paid last week.
I picked him up one point for tight end because he went under the tight end moniker, but I didn't keep him.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if his points count in tight end.
Did you see that guy go off last week?
I did. He
ran for 3 and threw for 1. That's crazy.
Who
and got yards too. One of those touchdown runs was a long one, man.
It really was. Yeah, the Hawks defense could not stop.
No, They
Hill.
couldn't. And I picked my boys to win, and no. Taysom Hill said, "No, we're going to smash you."
That was one of my good picks last week. That and the Packers, or excuse me, the Giants beating the Packers.
Wait a minute. No, I think I did get that one right last week. I think I did pick New Orleans.
All my good picks were undone by my iffy.
Yeah, I
picks,
did.
though.
I did pick New Orleans. My dad picked Seattle. That was a 50-50 one.
I didn't do so well last week because of my iffy picks.
Yeah.
Well, my great picks were overcome by my iffy picks, and
right,
like the Chiefs and the Raiders, or the.
Now, when you really think about it, this one could go either way too.
Rams. Yeah, I'm going. I'm just not going to trust the Saints offense. I'm going with Bengals. People can say all they want about the Bengals offensive line. They still make it work somehow.
Yeah. Well,
so I'm not worried.
Joe Burrow makes it work.
Dude. Yeah, right.
The guy's a special talent. He really is.
It's just, I'm going Bengals on this one. I just can't ever trust the Saints. I did last week, but that's because I didn't trust, the Seahawks.
The Seahawks, of course.
So that was kind of a crap
as
shoot,
well.
But,
you shouldn't. I'm a realist when it comes to my team, dude. We're in for a long season, but this is the main matchup to me in this game. It's that offensive line of the Bengals against Jordan and the rest of the Saints defensive line. Mm-hmm. If they can get to, if it becomes a sack fest, then New Orleans should win the game. But if Joe can keep his head on a swivel and get away from stuff, they're definitely, he's got too many weapons, man. I don't even know if Kamara's playing in this game. Do you know?
I haven't heard otherwise.
Okay. I think he got nicked up last week, but yeah, last week was his first week back, but I don't know, man. I took Cincinnati as well.
Michael Thomas is out, and Jarvis Landry is out.
Oh my
God!
God!
Latimer is out.
My God, the walking wounded. It's a good thing I picked Cincinnati. Shit. Wow. Okay. Well, that defense could be in trouble, dude. But yeah, I took Cincinnati in this one.
He's not on the injury list as far as
okay, Kamara.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably going to lean on him today with all those wide receivers out then. But anyway, I'm with you on Cincinnati on this one. Okay, the next one. Oh God. Who in the hell is playing quarterback for the Miami Dolphins?
He played last week. It's definitely not Bridgewater.
I took Minnesota. Even though I don't want to, even though I can't stand their quarterback. Skylar Thompson. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I picked Minnesota.
Of course, Tua was cleared, but he won't play this week. He'll be back next week.
That's dumb. If he's cleared, why isn't he playing?
I don't know. But,
that's dumb.
He has officially been cleared, but not returning this week.
I got to tell you, man, the Miami Dolphins have one of the dumbest leadership groups I've ever seen. It's just completely stupid. It always has been. They let super talented people out the house when they shouldn't. It's just dumb. Give me Minnesota in this one, even though I can't stand Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I picked
him and Jordan Jefferson should go off in this game, and if nothing else, their running back Dalvin Cook will tear up this team. I mean,
I think the Dolphins. The Dolphins will have to rely on the defense.
Yep.
The one thing that the Dolphins have that can help them is the fact that they have these wide receivers.
Yeah.
That can produce
if this guy,
get the ball
whoever,
to them,
if Skylar Thompson, whatever the hell his name is, can get them the ball, then yes, they can make something happen. But that's the question, isn't it? Let's see. Is that Seth? Is that Seth?
Jordan,
who is that? I don't know who that is.
You mean Jordan?
How you doing,
Cam
man?
Jordan. He meant
says Jordan. Laugh out loud. I mean Justin. Okay.
Is he talking about Cam Jordan when we were talking about the Saints? And
I don't know. I don't know who he's talking
that is
about.
Cam Jordan.
Well,
I don't know if you mentioned another Jordan elsewhere.
No, I didn't. But anyway, okay. So we're both on Minnesota on this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. The next one we got. Oh man, the battle of the backup quarterbacks.
You said Jordan Jefferson. Oh. Justin Jefferson.
It's Justin Jefferson. Did I say Jordan Jefferson?
I guess so.
Apologize.
Is that Steph is never wrong. So
there you go. He's never wrong. There you go. Never wrong.
Good catch.
All right. We got the battle of the backup quarterbacks, bro. The New England Patriots heading into Cleveland.
I don't have my list of what I picked this week, but
against their old quarterback.
The Browns. They've lost a combined 6 points, I think it is.
Yep.
In their 3 losses.
My dad's convinced they're going to run roughshod on his New England Patriots. They're going to run with that two-headed monster and just destroy him. And
I kind of agree, but
I took New England in this one because they shocked me last week. They shouldn't have won last week, and they won.
Oh, that's pretty cool,
Steph. Who'd they beat last week?
The Patriots?
Lions. Detroit.
Yeah, I called that one, too.
Yeah, you did.
And
they shut them out.
They shut them out. They were like,
that's crazy. Is that Seth? Nah, I just typed in NFL pregame and found you guys. Chiefs fan here. Yeah, we're gonna get to that one, man. That's one of the games of the week. Okay, that's the game of the week in the AFC, no doubt.
Okay,
bro.
So we have a Chiefs fan here.
Good to have you. Good to have you, man.
I'm glad you're here, Steph, because we had discussed the Monday night game with the Raiders, and what did you think of the Chris Jones penalty? And then the field goal block penalty. I mean, I know it's for Raiders. That went against the Raiders. You guys are probably happy about that one. But what did you think about
one of the weirdest penalties I've ever heard of?
It really is. It's such an obscure penalty. But let us know in the comments what you thought of last Monday night's game. The Chiefs definitely.
And we haven't gotten
kind of escaped one there.
Today's. But let us know what you thought of the Chris Jones play. We personally thought it was horse shit ourselves, but
you got gifted that. Okay, yeah, all right.
I got Chiefs 35-31, and that call was BS. But we got gifted that other BS call later on.
Yeah,
got you, man.
Cool. I'm glad we have a realist in here as well. We like those kind of people.
Getting back to this New England Cleveland battle of the backups.
I'm going with your dad. I'm going with your dad on that one.
You're going with Cleveland. I'm going with New England. I think that. I think Belichick knows his quarterbacks, man, and this guy used to play quarterback for him, so he's going to know how to shut this guy down.
Sure. This one was kind of a toss-up for me as well. I'm going with the home team with that running game they got against a defense that's pretty decent generally, and can maybe make Zappa look a little bad, but who knows? Right. It's just kind of, but also just what Belichick is able to do with these backup quarterbacks.
That's it, man. It's amazing.
Insane.
He tailors
can we really consider Brissett a backup right now?
I know he's a starter now, man. I mean, he started for how many? The Colts and the Browns, and who else has he started for? I think
he had
a play for Miami for a little bit. I can't remember.
I'm not sure about that one.
No, it wasn't Miami, but he's played for a few franchises.
This one
is that Seth says it happened against Brady in 2018 as well. Yeah. He's talking about that stealing the ball thing. Okay, so we're split on that one. I think Belichick prevails in this one.
I do think I wouldn't be surprised if it goes away for sure, but I had to pick one team, and I chose the Browns just because I love.
Yeah, if you think it's an even game, always go with the home team. That's always my advice. That's cool. All right, let's see. Are we still in the 1 o'clock window for the next one? Yes.
At least so. They're pretty much but 3 of them.
Tampa at the Steelers.
Oh, the Bucs offense is just. I got to see what's their injury list look like.
Yeah,
I think I chose the Bucs, but they just like one.
I'm definitely taking Tampa's for a different reason, man.
Yeah, but it just seems like 1 week all his receivers are.
I have never seen Pittsburgh's defense look this bad after losing one guy. The loss of T.J. Watt has gutted that defense. They must have built the whole thing around him because they are a sieve right now, man. They will let anybody do anything they want on them. It's pretty ugly.
All right. So it looks like at least Godwin and and Mike Evans will be in there, so they'll be fine.
I took Tampa in this one.
I'm going with the Bucs as well.
I mean,
I really like Kenny Pickett too.
I'm liking what I'm seeing out of that kid. Yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is the defense.
The other George Pickett, the wide
Steelers.
receiver, had a really good catch a couple weeks ago, but other than that, their wide receivers have been poo-poo.
Yeah,
from what I've
pretty
seen.
much.
But
But yeah, the Steelers defense is just, I've never seen them play this bad. Usually when they're at home, I'll say, yeah, I'll give them a chance because they like to win ugly. But man, the way that defense is playing this year, ugh. And Tomlin's a defensive coach. It's just, yeah, I got to take Tampa in this one. Okay, now we're getting to the afternoon window. We got a big matchup in my division. We got the Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks. Is that Seth says, did you guys take the Jags or the Colts?
That was a toss-up, but I did go Jags. Toss-up. Jags just seem to have the Colts numbers for whatever reason, and I picked the Jags.
And I took Indianapolis because I'm calling that an even game, and I always take the home team in an even game. Why do I call it an even game? Yeah, the Jags showed some promise in week 2 and 3, but then here come the Houston Texans, and they lost to them, and they hadn't won a game yet. So, yeah, I can't believe in the Jags until they become consistent. So I will take the home team in that matchup every time. We were split on that one. Knox got the Jags.
Now the Jags did get they played 2 weeks ago. This is a division game, other game, a division game, right? They blanked them 24-0 last time they played.
That's true. That's true. I don't think they're going to do it twice.
Maybe the Colts will.
I was fixing to say they got film on them. I'm telling you, if you lose to the Texans, then I have to question you, man. I'm sorry, I just do.
What if you tie with the Texans?
Right? I didn't think about that. Damn. Oh, great. Thanks a lot. Now I'm going to be sitting here right up until noon going, should I change that pick? Shit. No. I think Indianapolis on the upswing from being bottomed out at the beginning of the season, and Jacksonville's just searching for who they are. Okay. Now we've got the mental pygmy going into Seattle. And if you guys don't know who I call the mental pygmy, it's the quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. The guy who had a clause put in his contract that said that he had to do film study. The guy that decided to show up in lime green last week in a pantsuit, looking like Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just that moron.
Just what a clown suit.
He is a clown.
I don't want to hate the guy like you do, but it's just...
I don't hate him. He's an Oklahoma Sooner. He's an alum of my favorite college team.
But I don't know.
He's a moron between the
good
years.
Morning, Chris.
Let's see. Is that Seth says, to be fair, though, the Texans have had their number. Same with the Jags having the Colts number. It's kind of weird. Laugh out loud. Just like the Chiefs have lost to the Colts and in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
laugh out loud. Yeah, true. Some franchises just have another
like the Rams and
number.
the Seahawks. No matter how good the Seahawks are, they just lose.
Exactly. We can't beat the Rams. It doesn't matter. And who is this? Oh yeah, Christopher Holly. How you doing in Houston, buddy? We were just talking about you Houston Texans getting off the snide last week against the Jaguars. Good morning,
real quick,
brother.
Before we move on, I just want to let Seth know that this is actually the second part of our show. The first about 15-20 minutes, we actually go over college football. So if you want to go back and watch the
scouting report
beginning, we start out the show with the events of the college. We do some replays and stuff like that. So after this, whenever if you feel like it, go ahead and go back and check that out and see what happened this week's on college football.
We got highlights and everything on that one. That's Noc scouting report we do at the beginning of the show. Okay. Yeah. So
I had to do the Cardinals.
Getting to this. Yes.
I had to.
You took the Cardinals?
I did. I know it's Seahawks at home and all that good stuff. I appreciate that, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Texas finally won a game.
Yes. I say finally the Texans won a game. Yes. That's my boy. He's down in Houston. Yeah. Well, you know who that is. That's Sears from DCUO. Buddy.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Up,
but yeah, man. I took the Seahawks, dude. This is an even game. Is Hopkins playing?
I don't think this week now. I think
so.
He'll be back
Yeah, give me the Seahawks all day long. Give me the Seahawks. Pete Carroll will find a way to beat this chump. I'm serious, man. I just can't take it with this guy anymore. I really can't. I can't believe the Vegas Raiders let him win that game. I can't believe they let him do that to him.
Yeah, they kind of, yeah.
This guy is a
You
chump.
can't deny Gino. Okay.
Let's see. You can't deny Gino. Not at home. You can't. No, you can't. That's right. That's right. Okay, so we're split on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Go ahead and ride with those Cardinals. Go ahead.
Yeah,
They're
I
going to
don't know.
disappoint you again.
They haven't given me any reason really to go for them, but I still can't trust the Hawks.
Speaking of disappointing teams getting healthy,
oh man,
the world champs are hosting probably the biggest example of the Keystone Cops on a football field this season. The Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, this could be interesting.
Interesting.
PJ Walker
is going to be interesting.
PJ Walker is the starting quarterback now for the Panthers. I actually like him. He's actually 7-0 in professional football. Not that he's going to win this week, but
it breaks my heart that Baker couldn't do anything.
I'm actually pulling for the Panthers this week, but I got to pick the Rams because I think the Rams defense is just so good.
Wow, he's giving us a point total. He says Rams at home 28-10.
It could. I think the 10 is a little generous, if anything. Like I said, I like PJ Walker, but he just for whatever reason he hasn't shown enough for the NFL, and this could be a struggle bus for him. It could be a long game.
Yeah,
could be with Aaron Donald bringing
Aaron Donald's going to be coming, baby.
It's gonna. Yeah, I think 10 itself is generous, and then as long as Cooper Kupp does well, I'm happy.
I think LA gets healthy this week. Yes, I think they get healthy.
CMC. Oh, yeah, well,
CMC
that's if they don't trade him first,
yeah.
or he gets hurt. Either one.
Right. Okay, so we're in the same boat on this one.
Yeah, I think the Rams
all right.
got that one.
Now we're getting to the heavyweights this weekend, boys and girls. The heavyweights. Yes. There it is, right
and
here.
This is being shown locally.
Earthquake, and why? Wait. Because they're playing in Kansas City.
This is going to be a great game.
Yes. It is going to be a great game. And I have to take the home team. I'm going to take Kansas City. Again.
You know what? And Seth, I don't know if you noticed, by the way, I am a Broncos fan, but I am picking the Chiefs this week. And
they're hard to beat at home, man.
I hate having to go for the Chiefs, but I don't hate them as much as I do the Chargers and Raiders because I love Andy Reid. Andy Reid is probably one of my favorite
a great coach
ever.
Yep.
I loved him when he was in Philly because he did at that time he was doing the same kind of offense that Mike Shanahan was doing, the West Coast offense. So I really like that offense when he did it. He doesn't do that with Mahomes quite as much, I don't believe. But no, I can't. I want to hate the Chiefs, but I just can't. They're just.
He says, awesome. "Let's go, boys."
Yeah. I'm hoping for a great game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills win. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs win. I'm going with the home team. Going with the Mahomes magic, and we'll see how this game goes. But it could go either way, I think. But I think we have to do it's even, and I'm going with the home team kind of.
You know who I'm picking. Whoa, yeah, man.
So, but if the Bills manage to go in there and beat the Chiefs, they are the best team in the NFL.
Now look, it's a regular season game. You got to show me. He ain't done it in the playoffs yet. It's not his fault they lost that game, but
nah.
Look, that big lummox, he's one bad move away from being off the field for an extended period of time.
That's true. The
way he plays.
He runs way too much, and he takes this. He doesn't slide.
Yeah.
So he definitely he was doing that in the preseason.
Yeah, I know.
That's what blew my mind.
Yeah.
Josh Allen just doing runs in the preseason.
Let's see. Is that Seth? Do you know they tried to ban the tomahawk chop? Well, guess what? They're not going to.
Oh, my goodness. That's what, 80,000 people?
I smell an upset of the week. Upset.
Really?
It wouldn't be an upset. I don't think it would be an upset. This game went down to who had the ball last time, and it's going to be the same. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be close. If you're betting the over-under, take the over because there's going to be points scored in this game aplenty.
How crazy would it be if this ended up being like 10-7?
That would be awesome. I'd love it. You'd hate it.
I would hate it. Absolutely.
See, that's the big difference between me and Noc. Noc wants to see touchdowns every fucking drive.
Well, it's not just that. It's just
I love watching guys get smashed all day long.
I like good defense. I hate sloppy offense. And it's like sloppy offense, versus a whatever defense.
Well, that Thursday night game must have fucking killed you then. Oh my God!
I mean,
wow,
I didn't
that
watch
was
it
horrible.
That's two bad offenses. That's nothing to do with the defense.
This is two great offenses,
right?
And two really good defenses,
decent defenses for sure.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a fun one.
This is heavyweights.
I'm so happy that I don't have to watch the Seahawks.
Put the kids to bed. It's heavyweights, baby.
Or the other one.
Let's see. What's he says the only thing that loses us games is horrible special teams. Yeah. That's a concern. That's a concern.
that could definitely factor in here. Bills are a team that you don't want to
mess up. And Butker is back. Okay. All right. And then Christopher Holly says, well, the last two Thursday night games was bad. Yeah. The next one should be good, though. It's going to be sloppy, but it should be good. Well, the Cardinals and the Chiefs, the Saints, they're going to score. But it's going to be nasty. There's going to be a lot of turnovers in that game. But yeah, I say I'm going with the home team as well. It's just hard, dude. It's kind of like playing Seattle in Seattle. It's just there are certain venues, Green Bay, Kansas City, Seattle. Nobody wants to go play there because it's so hard to win there. It's such a home field advantage. They truly have a home, and really. Kansas City's the closest you'll find in the NFL to a college atmosphere at a football game. They're really,
I'm still blown away. Like I've been getting into college football a lot more lately, and especially, and they have 100,000 people in their games.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a real number.
Yeah, it is.
Like, that's not even exaggerated.
Big time number. Seth says Broncos shouldn't have a primetime game the rest of the season. Well, they're going to have them.
They're going to have them. In fact, they have one this Monday night, which we'll discuss. But I agree with that sentiment in some respect. I think later on in the season, they would be worthy of it. I wish that I think everyone expected the Broncos to come out swinging, and they didn't. So I wish they had waited to give them all these primetime games rather than at the beginning where it could showcase how new this offense is. Yeah. I think they'll definitely have more primetime games. But
right in this game, which everybody should get this afternoon,
it's the only 4:25 game
on the docket. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah,
okay, so the other heavyweight matchup, the NFC least. The NFC least, boys and girls. Could they be the NFC's best? Oh, my God. Cooper Rush, undefeated as a starter
versus
for the Dallas Cowboys versus the undefeated team in the Philadelphia Eagles.
Something's got to give. Unstoppable force meet immovable objects. Something's got to give. Hey, you stop that.
Yeah,
hey, better than the Texans.
Just giving you garbage, man.
Didn't we beat the Texans?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. Yeah. Barely, but you did.
Suck it.
Is that Seth says I'm taking Cooper Rush.
You know what? I am.
You know what? I am too. Yeah. You have to
upset
look
of the week right here.
Let's take a look. I'm going to look at Philly's past opponents in their undefeated run. They opened against Detroit.
And almost
the next week they beat. Who did they beat the next week? They beat Minnesota. The next week they beat. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. I got a big sheet here, man. They beat Washington.
Not so tough.
Not so tough. None of these are tough so far. Let's see. Jacksonville. And Arizona, my friends, they have played and won the games they're supposed to win. Now they're going to play a real defense. Because you can say what you want about the Cowboys. My man Quinn knows how to coach defense, and that guy Micah Parsons is the real deal Holyfield. He has built a defense around this kid, and we're going to find out what Philly's made of tonight. We're going to find out if they got a glass jaw or if they really are contenders.
Is legit.
Yep, they are. Let's see. What do we got here? Tilly loses. I'm taking him. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
They barely beat Jacksonville, and they had 5 turnovers. Yep. And let's see. I say overhyped for sure. I don't know if it's overhyped.
I don't know if I go that far, but they're definitely.
This is the deal. I don't trust Hurts. I don't trust him.
Not in the big games, especially.
No, I don't trust him yet. He's got to. Once again, I'm Missouri. He's got to show me. And they're. I think the toughest team I just mentioned is probably the Minnesota Vikings, and they're a helter-skelter up and down team. So, yeah, we're gonna find out what they're made of today. We're gonna find out what they're made of. They're playing a division opponent that knows them well, and that defense is for real in Dallas.
That backup running back for Dallas.
Pollard. Pollard.
Yeah.
Some say he should be the starter, my friend.
I'm trying to look up something right now. There's a picture that I saw. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pollard's a beast, man. He is a beast. No doubt about it. Faux show. I'm going to go ahead and put us full screen here. But, yeah, I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys in that one, man. Most definitely going with the Dallas Cowboys. I just think, usually I would stick with a team that's undefeated until they get beat. But, man, in this one, I just got a feeling they're going to Quinn is going to find a way to stop that dude and all his weapons and everything. So,
yeah,
okay.
I was thinking about the picture. I couldn't find it, but I saw a meme with the amount of money that's being thrown at Dak Prescott and what's his name, the running back, versus Cooper Rush and Pollard, who are just winning.
Right.
Or Ezekiel Elliott. I'm sorry, that's his name.
Right.
So I just thought that was funny. I was trying to find that, but
yeah. But
they're getting wins with these
final word on this one. I think Quinn's defense brings the Eagles crashing back to earth. That's what I think happens here. What do we got? Oh, he's throwing me stuff all over the place. He talking about Pollard. He should be getting more touches. Yes, he should. Let's see. He had 8 for 86 last week, and Zeke had 20 for 77.
Every time I see Pollard, he just runs better than Zeke.
Dude,
I don't get it. Like, why? I know they're paying the guy, but just
play
Pollard more.
Let's see. Sorry, Papa J, but pick the Eagles to win. Okay. Well, hey, man, they should. Look, on paper, they should beat them. They've been rolling it up on teams. Hey, that offense looks like it's unstoppable. But the guy that's coaching defense for the Cowboys, he coached the defense of the Seahawks when they won the Super Bowl, didn't he, Big Daddy? Yes.
That about Dan Quinn?
Yes. So
I didn't even know he went there.
Oh yeah, that's him. Bradley was the guy before him, and he was the next one. So yeah, he knows defense, man, and he's going to have a plan for these Philadelphia Eagles. Believe that. And you know what? In this, and I don't know if you know the history of the rivalry, though, guys. I'm 2.5 hours from Philly, and I see a lot of these games. Usually, the away team wins in this matchup. Okay, they love to go in there and beat the other team on their field. They eat it up, dude. They really do. So, let's take a look at the Monday Nighter. Should be a barn burner. Oh boy!
I chose the Ravens, and I chose the Packers.
Jets Packers. Yeah, he picked the Packers, and let's see. What's this other one? He was asking about Giants, Ravens. Who did you guys take? I took the Giants. I think the Giants are going to come up with a plan to. Well, if now this is what's got to happen. Saquon has to hang on to the ball, and they need those 8-9 minute drives, keep him off the field, kind of thing. Because Lamar's going to do what he does. We're going to find out. One thing's for sure. We're going to find out what the Giants defense is made of today. That's for sure. That's going to be the matchup that tells the tale right there.
That's basically what I said as well, Steph.
Yeah,
I still took the Ravens, but the Giants will only go as far as Barkley.
As long as Barkley's upright, they're okay. But as soon as he goes down, they suck.
And Sears, you're not wrong about that either.
But this is 2022 football where crazy you know what happens. Yeah. Yep. for sure. My God, they're throwing me these things as fast as they can. I took the Giants as long as Barkley is healthy. Exactly. Yeah, he's saying the same things we are. The Broncos, Chargers. I hate the Chargers, so Broncos win and laugh out loud. Well, I took the Chargers.
I went with my heart on this one and chose the Broncos. Something's got to give.
Something got to give, huh?
At some point, Russell is going to look good, and I'm hoping it's against the Chargers. What better time than in our final preseason, or excuse me, primetime game for a good while?
You want to see
Chargers.
You want to see Russ do better. Tell that idiot head coach years to get him out from under center.
Yeah, that too.
Yep.
Yeah, there's just something. Yeah, there's just something there that just hasn't quite gotten together yet, and yeah,
Russ can't be cooked yet. There's no way.
No, I think no,
he's not done.
He has been playing hurt. He has been playing hurt as well.
Yep.
Was it tore his lat or something like that? And that's going to be with him for the rest of the season.
Yep.
So it's just now what hurt us big time was Javonte Williams going down. We did pick Latavius Murray up. I know you know who Latavius Murray is.
Dig him, baby.
We've had to deal with him for a couple of years when he was with the Raiders, but
dig him.
I don't know if he's active for this game quite yet. I think he should be. He's been with us.
By the way, Oklahoma Sooner. Boomer Sooner. What's up?
But so hopefully we can get that run game going if Melvin Gordon doesn't fumble the damn ball. It's going to be an interesting game. I'm going to have to stay up for it again. Another game that I have to stay up for and lose sleep just to watch it. If it's blown out by the halftime.
Just so you guys understand, he has a long commute in the mornings. What is it, almost 2 hours?
It's in the morning. It's an hour. On the way home, it could be up to 2 hours, depending on traffic. But
yeah, he has to stay up for these late ass games and then get up at dark 30 to get to work. Yep. Let's
Definitely
see. What are we talking about here? He says,
Conley.
You see the Chiefs
I recognize
picked
that
up
name,
Chris Conley. Don't know who that is. I hope they get him involved soon. Refresh our memories. Who is Chris Conley? The name sounds familiar, but I just don't know who he is.
The name,
but in this one, for my 2 cents, if we see them in the shotgun first play of the game, Denver's going to win the game. Russ will find a way to get the ball out of his hand.
I don't know if that'll happen because they only go in the shotgun and third down.
Yeah, maybe this guy. Well, the first week he had problems with quality control, and he hired somebody to do that for him, right? As far as the timeouts and whatnot.
Yeah, you think he'll get it? Maybe he will. That'd be nice.
Maybe he will adjust to what his quarterback's good at. You know what I mean? I mean, they got to be feeling the heat after the last couple of games.
Yeah, he was with the Chiefs for a while, for a little bit. That's what Chris Conley.
Let's see. Okay. He was part of Mahomes' 2018 MVP year. He went to Jacksonville and had a 770-yard year, and hasn't done much since. But I think he could be good. Okay. Well, I'm taking the Chiefs or excuse me, the Chargers in this one. Simply because Denver's got to show us that they can do something offensively. The defense has played good enough to keep them in game.
Defense has been phenomenal.
But any team, any good defense will melt under the pressure of a bad offense, and that's what's been happening. So, if they can fix the offense, man, these guys could be world beaters.
They'd be right
no doubt. They could make up ground quickly in this division. I don't think that they can win the division. Don't get me wrong. I think the Chiefs have got the division. But, dude.
One of those 3 wild card spots.
Yeah, I was fixing to say. And we discussed earlier this year that your division could put all 3 teams in there.
All 4.
Not now. I'm saying is the wild card slots could all 3 be out of that division. I mean, they're just that good. So I think Chargers, but once the light goes on for the Denver offense, watch out, man. Hopefully,
I think that I just wish they didn't keep having to showcase it in prime time.
But this is the deal. This is the deal. Denver's not a bad pick for this game either, because there's just something about the Chargers that franchise is snake bit, man.
Yeah,
they lose in tight games all the time. They do.
Something happens. Something always happens.
Yeah, just something crazy happens to them, man. And it's never, it's always something. Let's see. Hasn't done much since. Okay, yeah, I already read that one. Okay, so what other one we got to look at? We have to look at the Thursday night game this week too, which is, well, we can do that without the graphic. It's who is that one, buddy?
That's the Saints at the Cardinals.
Saints at the Cardinals. Oh, I have to take the home team.
Oh man,
that's without seeing the game today. But I don't trust either one of these teams
I'm gonna have to go Cardinals with that one as well.
Let's see. Being a Chiefs fan, I hear that Josh Allen is the best QB in the league when Mahomes has done so much more. I don't know how people get off saying that it's 3-1 Mahomes versus Josh Allen until he proves something. Well, not everybody thinks that Josh Allen's all that in a bag of chips. I think he's a strong quarterback. He reminds me a lot of Cam Newton. He reminds me a lot of that guy. Okay,
the better arm.
With a better arm, yes. With a better,
better head.
He can. That's my problem with him. That guy's football IQ is a little suspect.
But better than Cam Newton's.
It's better than Cam Newton's, but it's still suspect. He still does some goofy shit.
Yeah, his whole running when he doesn't really need to.
The fact that he likes to run like he's a fucking tight end is that he's gonna pay for that eventually.
Listen, yeah. Go ask Ben Roethlisberger how he.
Yeah, ask Ben Roethlisberger how that works out for you after a while. Yeah, eventually they had to change the entire offense. They had to bring in Daly just to teach him how to get rid of the ball quicker because he was getting fucking murdered. Yeah, it's I'm with you on that. Mahomes is the better quarterback. If you look at the matchups, they've got the checkbox at the quarterback position. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Anybody that can do a Superman pose in midair and still throw it to a wide receiver's hands.
I mean, that sidearm shit he does is fucking bizarre. When he throws underneath guys' armpits to deliver a ball, it's fucking nuts. I mean, Mahomes does shit you can't coach. It's ridiculous.
By the way, next Thursday, Baltimore at the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Whoa.
That's when Thursday night's going to get good.
Whoa. That's going to be a good one. Chiefs are the team to beat in the AFC. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I will agree with you there. They're the team to beat in the AFC. Yes. Let's see. Well, I guess I got too involved in the media where it's take Mahomes' first read away and he's running out of the pocket. Well, yeah, because he can do that. Because he can do that.
Yeah, his magic shines after that.
There's two quarterbacks you don't want to let out of the pocket. Him and Aaron Rodgers. Anytime you let that happen, both of those guys will burn the shit out of you. And they both do things that can't be coached. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen Aaron Rodgers throw off his back foot and just through arm strength alone zip a ball 40 yards right into a guy on a dead run. It's ridiculous. Both of those guys do amazing things. So let's see. Scoop pass. Yeah, look at Chris Riley says scoop pass.
And of course, on a bye week this week, we got the Lions, Tennessee, Las Vegas, and Houston.
Yeah, they get a break this week. They get a break.
Bye weeks have started.
Yeah, bye weeks have started. So we got 4 guys, a division's worth of teams are taking it easy, watching the games, and hopefully watching us. But yeah, which game are you looking forward to more? Well, I know which one you're looking forward to more.
I'm going to be watching the NFL replay at 1:00, so that'll cover all the 1:00 games that I need to know of. And then, of course, then the Chiefs and.
But out of the 2 big ones, out of the heavyweight matchups, which ones?
I'm going to watch all of the Chiefs and Bills game for sure. I don't know if I'll watch all of the Cowboys and Eagles because that's another one I'd have to stay up for to watch the whole thing. And
right.
Depending on how it's going at halftime, probably won't stay up for it. So I'll just. It's
going to be good in
the morning. Yeah,
it's going to be good, especially that Bill. I think the Bills Chiefs game is going to be the better game because that's
what I think is going to be the better game, anyways. But and we'll get to watch it because it's only 4:25.
I have this sneaking suspicion. Awesome. I have the sneaking suspicion that the Philly game is not going to be close. I just have this
Possible.
weird.
I think that's what everyone's been feeling for the Eagles for a while, but they just keep winning. But
No,
I think
I'm
they're due.
talking the other direction.
The Eagles are going to blow them out.
I know that Dallas is going to crush that
Well,
team
that's what I'm
like a
saying.
fucking beer can.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like the Eagles have been kind of owed one, but they've
right.
just still winning.
Mm-hmm.
But it does
Yep.
definitely feel like they, are due for letdown here soon.
Yep.
And what better way than the Cowboys to come in and do that?
Yeah, man. They got a
They'll be talking
tendency to
Super
do it,
Bowl.
man. They got a
So
tendency to
okay,
do
so
it.
hold on. So if Cooper Rush pulls this off, right, and does it well, is there QB
No, there's not. That's the
There's
problem.
not.
They've got an
There's
idiot
not.
owner that's going to
Yeah.
force the coach to put Dak Prescott
That's
back
so
on the
interesting.
field.
You know what
I
this,
need more
you
jersey
know what this
sales.
reminds me of? This
That's what he's going
reminds
to
me
say.
of.
I need more jersey sales. Put him back on the field.
This reminds me of Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua when Fitzpatrick had him playoff bound in Miami, and then they plugged in Tua, and then they lost their last couple games in
Yep.
the playoffs. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so I wonder, what does Cooper Rush have to do to win that starting job? How many times does he have
If
to
Belichick was running that team, just keep doing what he's doing. Because you remember what happened when Bledsoe got his lungs blown out in Week 3 against the Jets. He never saw it again until Brady went down in the
I'm
AFC
in the same
Championship
exact. I
game.
wake up at pretty much the same time, maybe a little half hour later, but yeah, I'm in the same.
I'm
same
let's
room,
see.
Seth.
I'm kind of glad Chiefs don't play at 8. I gotta be up at 4:30. Yeah,
I
he's in
get
the
up
same
at
boat as
5.
you, Bill.
So yeah, I feel you, and
Mm-hmm.
all these damn primetime games are killing me.
Yeah,
I've lost so much sleep watching the whole dang thing.
and the bad thing about it is he's having to watch these games knowing that the whole world is watching his team.
Right, and just seeing how bad, like there's just nothing there, just nothing.
And then he's got to go to work and defend that.
Yeah,
So,
right. Oh, I don't defend it. I just it's gonna. I just have hope that it's eventually gonna work out. But that's what I got.
All right, boys and girls. Well, that is a wrap for this week.
Got some pizza waiting for me.
Yeah, it's time for him to get his pizza. And you know how we do. We're going to give you the breakdown of what's going on the rest of the channel this week. Of course, tonight, after the games are over with, if you're staying up late, which I know that is it Seth and Ron won't be, but the rest of you, if you're up late, come on over to Twitch and watch me play some video games, have a few cocktails, and do a whole lot of failing for about 3 hours. I'm doing a run through of Fable 3 right now, so I'll play that for at least 1 hour. I change games every hour. That's from 11 Central to 2 o'clock in the morning. And of course, Wednesday, we've got the State of the Atmosphere. That's where I get together with the chat and talk to you guys about whatever you want to for 2 hours, 5:30 in the afternoon Central Time till 7:30 Central. That's every Wednesday, the State of the Atmosphere. And then my brother and I get together and we hack the Matrix every Thursday, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. And we do it for about an hour and a half. And that show is all about current events and all the stuff we love, sports, pop culture. It's a fast-paced, knock down the headlines, trying to let you know what's going on out there. And we have a few laughs doing it. That's every Thursday, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. And of course, on Saturday afternoons, Justifier Jim and I get together and I plot the first issue of Sketching the Privateer. It's me doing my dream project. I'm doing my comic book finally. It's something that Noc knows I've been writing for many, many years before I even met him a decade ago. And I've finally got the time to do it, and I'm doing it. And matter of fact, Noc, I don't know if you've been keeping up with that, but I'm 4 pages away from having the whole first issue plotted. So
Nice.
the spring, my deadline I've set for myself is spring for issue 1 to be done. And it's right on pace, right where it should be. So tune in 1:30 in the afternoon on Saturday afternoon for about an hour as I sketch the Privateer. And of course, we'll be back same time, same bat channel next week for the NFL pregame party. Of course, we start first 15, 20 minutes with Noc's scouting report, and then we move on to the week that was and the week that will be in the NFL. So let's see. We got one more comment here. Let's see. It's Seth. He says, yeah, I feel you. feel for you, man. I was one that thought the Broncos would be a lot better. Still think they can. Enjoy the show, guys. Yeah, come back and see us and tell your friends, Seth. Appreciate you being here, buddy.
Yeah, this is a new thing for us. We just started doing that this
we both
season,
love football, and when he found out I was starting my YouTube channel with Gusto, he said, well, let's do a pregame show, because we're always talking about it.
Like you, Seth. You definitely have knowledge, and you talk. We like people that are respectful,
involved in the chat,
in the chat, and just discussing football. That's all we want to do.
And we just both love football. It's my favorite sport, his favorite sport. He watches a lot more than I do, though. So, he watches the CFL. That guy's crazy. Well, listen, until next week, guys, I want to thank you for being here, and I want you all to keep on keeping on. God bless. We'll see you next week.